There's been a lot of talk lately about money not buying as much as it used to. Groceries cost more, rent is up, and your retirement savings can be one news headline away from big losses. One of the most stable investments for decades in up or down markets has been real estate. Steve Davis with Total Wealth Academy shared how to start building long-term wealth just like the wealthiest people have done. Real estate can make money in basically four ways. One is cash flow.
Yes, this is the most important. Cash flow is your second stream of income. And it's so important to have a second stream of income because the job eventually ends for everybody. They either get too old to work or they reach a point where they don't want to work anymore. You need income to come in even though you're not working.
Yeah, in some cases the company just goes away, right?
Right.
All right, appreciation.
Correct. It doubles in value every 20 years and has since 1776.
Yeah, that's why we call it the American dream. If you could get a home, that you could do that, right?
That's right.
That was where most of your investment was sitting. All right, principal pay down.
Every time our renters pay their rent, we're making a mortgage payment. Inside that mortgage payment is principal. We're reducing what we owe on the property every single month. So when we have 200 renters paying rent, we pay this huge mortgage and reduce it by literally sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
Wow, all right, equity capture.
Equity capture, this is the big one. Right now, every single family home that we're buying is capturing between $30,000 and $50,000 equity. In other words, we're buying them $30,000 to $50,000 below market.
Wow, all right, we got problems. 95% of Americans fail to retire by age 65. We're outliving our savings. So where do we get money to invest in real estate when we're 30 cents away from having a quarter right now?
Well, the number one place is the IRA and 401k because that's really where most people have their money. But most people are unaware that they can use their IRA or 401k to invest in real estate, and that's the message we're trying to get out. You can use that money in other ways than just stocks, but you have to educate yourself on how to do it, and we take care of that.
All right, Nathan has a question speaking to how much you need to get started. He says, I only have about $250,000 in my IRA. Is that enough to get started, and can I use my IRA?
Yes, he can use his IRA, and yes, 250 grand is actually considered a lot of money in this business.
All right, how low can you go to get started?
As little as $45,000 to start.
All right, Charlie says, I'm nearing retirement age. Is it too late for me to start?
No, I have members at Total Wealth Academy in their 70s that are just now starting.
Yeah.
And they're still healthy, they're still doing well. So it's really never too late. There's no expiration date on your foot. You don't know how long you're going to live.
Yeah, and is it
so you may as well start wherever you're at.
But is it ever too late to just get extra money?
Yeah.
Yeah, not in my book. All right, Glenn says, is this similar to a real estate investment trust?
No, we are not like a trust. A trust is more like a stock. We are real estate investors. We actually own the asset. It's our property. We get the appreciation, the equity buildup, the cash flow, and the equity capture.
Yeah, and that is passive income for us because we're not the landlord. We're not taking care of any of those other issues, right?
That's correct.
We're investing along with the group, and then we get our cut of whatever it is, and the more you put in, obviously, the more you get out.
Yes, passive investing is just like it sounds. It's completely passive. It's just as passive as the stock market, but produces about double the rate of return.
All right, when we take these Total Wealth Academy classes, do we have to have an understanding of real estate, and how much of an understanding will we have to have?
No. We take people, I was a health club instructor when I started. And when I started taking these courses, I knew nothing about real estate. So you don't need any background in real estate to do this.
All right, and you also, this is money that you don't have to wait until you retire, but a lot of people will use that to fill in the gaps because when they retire, they're not getting as much as they thought they would.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can literally use this to make your living.
Absolutely. There's a lot of members who have quit their jobs and just live off their real estate income.
Yeah, all right, and you can make, again, thousands a month.
Absolutely.
All right. If you'd like to meet Steve and his team and find out how to build a second stream of income, you can sign up for a free sample class at TotalWealthAcademy.com. Just log on to TotalWealthAcademy.com and they'll explain some details there. Or you can also give them a call at 855-576-7325. Again, that's 855-576-7325.